Hey everyone, Shiny Sephiroth here, and we are now looking at this X-War battle that was quite difficult. I was stuck on it for a couple of days, and yeah, so this one was actually this round here. One of three teams. The first one was the easiest one. This team that the computer had set up was having a very hard time against my control. So we had Zeus and Ivy and Alpha all controlling the other team, with Mecha Valkyrie on the far right hand side chipping away at this order fighter so that she can get to Bread Hero as quickly as possible, because the more you keep her alive, the more dangerous it is, and she'll keep healing and healing and healing. So you want to whittle her down as quickly as possible, which makes this combination of Forest Girl with Mecha Valkyrie really good, because Mecha Valkyrie, even if she doesn't KO the person, she whittles them down enough so that Forest Dancer will target that person because they have the lowest HP. And of course we have Yi here, who just amplifies the defense so that we can stay alive. So that's the crux of this one. It's a little bit of a slow burn battle, but in the end, that's what's needed for this one. It shuts down both Claire and, like right there, paralyzed again. So this team shuts down Claire and Bread Hero. So whenever you're looking at teams that you're fighting against, check to see what the composition is. If you see that there are a whole bunch of healers on there, then the game doesn't want to be 100% evil against you. So more likely than not, the team itself is not going to be too powerful defense-wise, because they don't want to make it impossible to beat. So if there's a lot of healers, do everything you can to paralyze, entangle, stun, petrify the healers, so that then the rest of your DPS characters can just whittle away, because they don't have their support anymore to keep them alive, which is what we're seeing right here. And another benefit from Alpha that I don't think is talked about enough is the fact that she does lower the damage immunity of the opponent. I mean, look at that, 44 million for one heal. That's just insane. Yeah, so yeah, but you see that her damage immune keeps getting lowered by Alpha, so not too hard of a thing. This one here was my hang-up battle for the longest time. I did not feel that my team number 3 could beat this team. And at first, I had Godslayer on the far right-hand side and Cupid on the far left-hand side to do a mirror or chiral version of the setup, where they make the so basically if Cupid is on the number 2 slot, then he makes lovers out of 1 and 3. And a little bit of a, if you didn't know this, if you put Cupid in the number 1 spot, it's numbers 1 and 2 and 3 that become lovers. And then if you only have 5 people in your team and you put Cupid in the number 1 slot, if you only have one person, if you only have one other person in the front row, I think that it then goes to 1 and 5. So interesting stuff. Anyway, this team was really difficult to beat, because even with my Divine Prayer Paladin being there in the middle, she kept getting knocked out, which once one of the lovers is KO'd, you lose out on the bonus. But this go around, we were able to keep Paladin alive for round 2, which was enough to get Godslayer up and going and powerful for the entire time. Because if you look at the opponent team right here, what I wanted to do when I said he was on the far right hand side first, is I wanted him to target Mask Man, because he's a Superman class, and Superman class is weak to darkness, or dark class faction. However, this Masked Man Joker, basically, this Joker's defense is a little bit higher, and also when he wasn't hitting Joker, he was hitting Lady Ice, who is a nature action, who is resistant to darkness. But anyway, even when Godslayer was knocking out those two on the far right-hand side, unfortunately, Cupid made Abyss Titan and Order far too strong. And so that Bioshock ripoff on number 1 was just hitting like a tank. And even when Godslayer got a couple of kills under his belt, by the time he got to the other side, they had already knocked out Paladin. So I had to make the decision of, okay, even though it's going to be more difficult to take out Order on the far left-hand side in their slot number 2 because of Cupid, I do need to whittle away at that. And I also cross my fingers and hope that Godslayer targets Cupid first to knock him out and get at least one kill under his belt to give him an extra health bar. I hope any of that made sense. Alright, so this one here, when I started getting the hang and started beating round 2, this one was seemingly pretty difficult. I couldn't figure out what to do. And I don't remember who it was that I had in slot number 6, but I took them out and I put in Houston, which really made a difference. But we have Thinker here to help with the defense. We have Pierre to assassinate when people die like that. And come to think of it, I think I really should have put Pierre in the front row instead of Toko, because Pierre has Divine Prayer, so he probably could have survived a bit longer, and we could have benefited from at least round 2 of Toko hitting. And I only thought about that after I finally beat him. Like, oh yeah, that would have been easier. But yeah, I mean, this is really just Toko, Indira, Pierre, and Laura hitting hard, with Houston increasing how much damage they're outputting, and then a little bit of defensive protection from Thinker. Is there maybe a better composition? Probably, but I mean, it worked. As you can see here, I really lucked out with this one. My Pierre's turned into a really hard-hitting tank, so he was able to pull us through. So there you have it. That was World 42. Oh, cool. World 42, Chapter 13. So yeah, looking forward to progressing and moving ahead with Chapter 42. And yeah, hope that was helpful, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace!